Hi, hello everybody. Welcome to Energy Balance Yoga with me, Marinawhiteraven. Welcome everybody and welcome yourself. Let's bring our full selves to today's practice. And I've been thinking a lot about our relationship to ourselves. So I've been thinking about my relationship to myself. And I think one of the main things that we can do and work on in life is our self-acceptance. Because we've got to hang out with ourselves our whole life, so we may as well make it a good relationship if we can. And something that Sharon Salzberg, fantastic Buddhist teacher, says is you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. So how about that to start us off? A tall order, perhaps, but you know, something that's worth doing the rest of for our whole life. And I'd like you to pay attention in today's practice. I invite you to look at that, how we accept ourselves, and self-compassion, and maybe think about how we talk to ourselves, the voice that is kind of maybe in our ear. And when we hear something maybe that's negative or judgmental, we hear it, we acknowledge it, and maybe replace it with something that's not judgmental or negative. So I invite you to try that today. And also I'm just going to revise a breath practice which might be very supportive today, the Ujjayi breath. Also you can call this the ocean breath. So it's very simple. We'll just go through it again. So breathing in through your nostrils. When you breathe out, just make the sound. So as if you were kind of misting up a mirror. So do that to your hand, your own hand. Like you really want to make some heat, make that, and notice what happens to the throat when you make that sound. There's a slight constriction. So now keep doing the same thing, but now do the same thing, but with your mouth closed. So don't change the shape of the throat, and it actually just lengthens, broadens, and expands the breath in a very simple, easy way. So you can try that also on the in-breath as well, but if that feels too much, just try it on the out-breath. But use that throughout the practice whenever you remember today. Okay, let's start. We're going to start with the bell. Welcome everybody, for just joining us. The bell ringing out, and we're going to start lying down. Thank goodness. Thank goodness, I say. Hopefully you're saying that too. It feels a little bit like that, you know. The day feels a bit like that. 4 o'clock we should be having a lie down with a cup of tea and a piece of cake, but instead we'll have a lie down with yoga instead. So just lie down comfortably, and if that means lying with your feet on the ground and your knees raised, please do that. So just lie comfortably, whatever that means, even with your legs up, and then place your hands on your body. We're just going to take a few moments breathing and grounding. You hear a lot of that, you know, that word. You might have heard that and think, what does that mean, grounding? And I think of it as being physicalizing, feeling our body, feeling the ground, feeling our feelings, which is not something we get encouraged to do. We get to think about feelings, or and label them, or push them down. And instead, let's just feel them, accept them, and see how the body is. So placing the hands wherever your body is telling you it wants that attention. It might even be on the eyes. You might even want to change. So just find those places. Close your eyes for a second. Feel your body on the ground. Take a deep breath in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. And just give yourself time to arrive. Breathing in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Yeah, let it go. And you can do a few more of those if you feel you need to, or you can just let your breath settle, breathing in and out through your nostrils, and feel your ground, feel your body. Put some space between your feet, put some space between your hands and your body if you want to lie in Shavasana, making sure the back of the neck is nice and long, or you can keep your hands rested on your body. Close your eyes. Yeah, remove those distractions of the visual, and land, arrive, feel your feelings, feel your body. Feel if you're tired or if you're energized. Notice how the energy is in the body. Notice the atmosphere that is around you. What do you feel? How does it feel? And see if you can actually feel the feelings rather than just label the feelings. It's very different. Breathing in and breathing out. You can already start with that ocean breath if you want to. Let's just now bend the left knee and then bend the right knee and just hug both the knees. Rocking gently side to side on the lower back. That's going to feel good for anybody and everybody, I think. Feels good for me. I hope it feels good for you. So just engaging with the lower back has to take a lot of strain. Can often be a little bit stiff, a little bit uncomfortable, achy. Then extend the arms and legs up to the ceiling. Rotate the wrists and ankles. Watch them and notice how you're feeling. Think about your relationship to yourself and then rotate them in the other direction. This is giving yourself some attention and some movement. Enjoy the movement of the body, the loosening, the moving of the limbs, the oiling of the joints, and then place the feet on the floor. Slide the legs away. At the same time, take the arms above the head. Let's give ourselves a full acceptance of our whole body by feeling a sense of our whole self. Point the toes away from the fingertips. Extend the fingertips away from the toes. Breathe in deeply. Feel the body fill with air. Just feel that expansiveness. And then breathe out. Take hold of the left wrist with the right hand. And then we're just going to see if we can lengthen the whole of the left side. So you can actually let your head roll onto the right and rest your head onto that upper arm. So you can just open up the left side more. Relax the right side. There's nothing happening here. Now push the left heel away of the left foot, drawing the toes towards you. Breathe into the left side of the body. And on the out breath, through the nostrils, push your left heel away, taking the left wrist above your head and over your head if you want to, making a lovely long line the whole of the left side of the body. And keep that really going with breath. So breathing in, not pulling the left wrist at all, the in-breath. On the out-breath, you're pushing and lengthening, pushing the left heel away. Without force or strain, just moving into the space your body is presenting. One more breath in. Yeah, enjoy that length and then breathe out. Enjoy the releasing and feeling of the left side of the body. How does that feel? Notice the difference between the right and left side. Now take hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Push the right heel away on the ground. Breathe into the right side of the body, particularly in the waist, the middle of that body. Let the head roll onto the left arm. And as you breathe out, push the right heel away, drawing the right arm upwards, above the head and over the head, keeping the arm on the ground. Opening up in the right armpit, right ribs, right side, right hip. The whole of the right side of the body is getting very expansive, using your breath. Breathe in deeply. Breathing out long and slow. You can use that ocean breath to make the breath slower and longer. It's like a kind of controlling the flow of breath, so it's even. It's not just whooshing out on one go. One more breath in. And release slowly. Relax the arms on the ground. So let's just, again, bring the knees to the chest, holding the knees. Apanasana, moving and breathing. So at the moment our back is flat on the ground. It's nice and flat and it feels comfortable, I would imagine. And now we're going to, as you breathe in, the back's going to stay comfortable on the ground and take the knees away, holding onto the knees. But as you breathe out, your back's going to curve. So you're going to draw the knees towards you. You're going to find your tail is lifting off the ground. Your nose comes towards your knee. Your head lifts off the ground. Squeeze the knees into the body, squeezing out. So you're curved. Now you're breathing in, so you're flattening your back. Head comes down to the ground. Knees come away, making space for the breath. Breathing out. Draw the knees into the body. Squeeze the breath out. The nose is coming. It wants to touch the knees. And breathing in. So do this in time with your breath. I'm doing it very slowly. So you might not be breathing so slowly yet. It'll take time. So be patient with yourself. On our theme with self-compassion, self-acceptance, our relationship with ourselves. Notice how that is all the time. Breathing out. Breathing in. Expansive inhale. Exhale, draw the knees in. If you want to, now you can expand this further. So you can stay the same with the same movement if you like, or if you want to, you can take the arms above the head on the in-breath and take the knees away as far as you wish. That could be right forwards, but without the legs going on the ground. and then breathing out, bring the knees back into the body. The same thing as on this breathing out, but the breathing in is a bit more expanded if you want. Make sure when you take your legs away that your back stays glued to the ground. So only take them as far away as that will allow. Depends on the strength of your abdominals and the support that's giving to the back. Breathing out, squeeze. In breath, expand. Out breath, contract, squeeze all the breath out. Empty yourself out. Just a couple more of these. Waking everything up. Noticing how our energy is changing already. One more. Breathing in. And breathing out. Hug the knees. Extend the right leg away on the ground. And keep that left knee hugged into the body. Left hand on the front of the knee, right hand lower down on the leg. Breathe in. Let the knee come away a little bit. So on the out breath, you can really emphasize that by squeezing the knee into the body, drawing it up as if it's going to go up into the left armpit. Breathing all the way in, let that knee come away. Breathing out, squeeze. Getting a good stretch across the groin there, but with the breath. Good. Extend that left leg up to the ceiling. If that feels too much for your hamstring, the back of the thigh, bend the right knee and put the foot on the floor. Otherwise, take hold behind the thigh. So everyone take hold behind the thigh. If you want to, you can take hold behind the calf, but only if you're feeling that's comfortable for you. Don't overdo it. Find a point where there's a bit of discomfort, that's fine, but not going into pain. Because that is definitely not self-compassion. We start with ahimsa, non-violence. It starts with ourselves. It starts with our thoughts and our inner voice to ourselves. Breathe. Breathing out is where you make that effort. Let the leg relax towards you. Now we're going to bend that left knee again. If your leg is, if the right foot knee is bent, make sure you extend that out before we come into the twist. Right hand onto the left knee. Extend the left arm out to the side. Yeah. And as you breathe out, you're going to take the knee over the body, right over to the right. And take the head over to the left, looking over the left arm, looking down the left arm. So it's quite a strong twist here. You can let that right hand rest on that outer thigh without pushing or forcing. Just let the weight relax. Relax that arm. We're trying our best to keep the left shoulder down on the ground or moving towards the ground. And we're trying to get that left knee to move towards the ground. Eventually, maybe both will be down, but we'll just work where we're at, using the breath, using the weight of the body, and using gravity. So in this twist, you can close your eyes as well. See if you can feel that twist a little deeper. Make the out breath really long, still using that ocean breath. Extend the breath. Now using the inhale, you're going to lift with the hands, lift the knee to center because it's quite a strong twist. Squeeze the knee in a little bit more. Place the foot of the left foot on the ground, slide that leg away. Draw the right knee up now. Place the right hand around the front of the knee, left hand over the front of the foot or ankle. Breathe in, let the knee come away a little bit. And breathing out, squeeze the knee into the body. Draw that knee up into the armpit. Squeeze, give it a good squeeze. Breathe everything out. Breathing in. Fill the body with air. Breathing out. Empty the body of air. Empty out. Squeeze all the breath out. Good. Let's do one more of those. Breathing in. Expansive and full. Breathing out. Good. Now extend that right leg up to the ceiling. Don't forget you've got the volume control of putting the left foot on the ground if you wish. Take hold behind the thigh. Push that right heel up to the ceiling, so really extending the back of that leg, waking up the hamstrings, back of the leg, back of the thigh. And using your breath, really connecting and being with your breath. Maybe keep your eyes either on your leg in front of you, watching it, or closing your eyes is also fine. Good. Just letting the leg come towards you, relaxing it towards you as you breathe out. Long, slow inhale, long, slow exhale, empty everything out. Good. Now bend the knee again. Make sure that left knee is bent, straighten it out, flatten it out. Left hand on the right knee, right arm out to the side. So you're looking down that right arm and you take that right knee over the body to the opposite direction, over to the left. Okay. Close your eyes if you want to. It's nice to close your eyes so you can feel the posture. You don't need to have the eyes open to see anything. And deepen the breath. We're staying with this deep, really focused breath. You'll find just by deepening and slowing the breath, the energy will flow a lot more easily. Because often it's tension in the breath which causes tension in the body, and vice versa. That blocks the energy, that blocks the flow of energy and makes us feel very tired, sluggish, and then we're not likely to do anything to help that along. Good. Use the in-breath to lift that knee back to center, give it a little squeeze, place the sole of the foot on the ground, slide the leg away. Good. Now we're going to bend the knees again, both of them. Take the hands behind the knees and rock along the length of the spine, rocking up to seated. But do a few rocks first of all. It's nice to get a bit of engagement with the length of the spine. So you feel that energizing quality, all the spine's getting involved, and then rock up to seated, or bring yourself to seated in whatever way you manage to do that. Let's take the legs outstretched. Yes, nice stretched out position. If you need to sit on a cushion, please do. It's quite nice sometimes to lift yourself up on the fingertips and sit yourself a bit more comfortably on the sitting bones. Have the legs as wide. Is this comfortable for you? We want to be careful with these inner thighs. They're very delicate. But try and get the toes to point up to the ceiling. So we're going to stir the porridge. Let's get this lower back really energized. Let's stir up all of this energy and make it flow a bit better. So first of all, lift the sternum, lift the chest, shoulders down away from the chest, breathe in. As you breathe out, lean forwards, take the body forwards, but without bending. Okay, you want to keep it upright, keep the head on top of the body. Breathing out, and now as you breathe in, you're going to take the body around to the side, down to the right, and back. And as you breathe out, you're going to come forward. So we're drawing a big circle. If you're like, you're just pivoting from the base of the spine, but all the time, think about having that integrity in the abdominals. So you're supporting the lower back all the time, and keeping this in kind of a, it's not exactly a fixed position, but it's a held position, as if someone was holding you here, on the belly and the back, supporting, encouraging it to lift and lengthen. Now, if you want to also with this, let's come back to center. Good. And now on the out breath, if you want to incorporate some sound, this will really help to release that energy and to energize the body. You can make a humming sound. So breathe in, lift the chest, breathe in. As you exhale, you're coming forwards and you're making that humming sound on the exhale. You should feel the humming maybe going on in your head. It's a really good way to clear and cleanse the brain, energize your whole system. Breathing in. Good. Okay. Let's bend the knees and bring them up to the body. Release the legs a little bit. And let's just let the body fall onto the knees. Hug your knees. Let the face fall onto your knees. And give yourself a nice hug. Really thinking about this acceptance for this self, this moment, for this body. A bit of compassion and love for ourselves, yeah. And it really helps, just touching the body really, really encourages that self-healing love. Now let's just let the feet down, the knees fall out to the side. Open the hips a little bit, energize again. The joints very often hold tension, so we want to open them up. Take hold of either the ankles or the toes. Sit up tall again. It's like really thinking about it as imagine you're leaning against the wall. The shoulders are going back towards the wall and you're lifting the chest, lifting the heart. And the head stays up in the body rather than forwards. And the back of the neck is nice and long, so the chin's slightly tucked in. Let's just do this little butterfly. This is a nice way of just loosening with ease. So just balancing the knees up and down, holding onto the ankles or toes. So you've got something to work with the body. And we're just doing this gently, balancing those knees like a little butterfly. See how that feels in the hips. Keep lifting the chest. Keep breathing deeply. Good. And then just see if you can just hold that for a second. Maybe think about the knees coming down to the sides, opening the hips there without the movement. You might feel that energizing them by moving them, bouncing them, has brought a bit more openness to that. Okay. Now bring the knees up again. This time coming into the little cosmic egg. So that is, rather than having the back curved, your back is upright as if, again, sitting against the wall, and then you're holding the knees towards your body. And let's see if we can either come off the tippy toes or lift the toes off the ground. So you're on this balance on your sitting bones. So try not to sit back. So you want to keep your back nice and upright. Again, this is using your abdominals to support the back. So body's active here. And it's quite simple little posture. Now bring the feet down. We're going to come into all fours. So let's try these opposite movements in this cat posture. So feet are flat behind, space between the knees, space between your hands. Hands are really engaged with the ground, which means opening the hands up wide, not letting the knuckles lift. And feeling the ground with your hands. So as you breathe in, you're going to lift the right arm and the left leg. Okay, and it's going in a straight line, even with your spine, if you like, rather than higher. Breathing out, bring that right hand down, left knee down. Look at the ground. Breathing in. So the idea is you're extending, making a lovely long line with your breath, incorporating everything, movement, breath, intention, breathing out. Breathing in, changing your point of view. Breathing in, you look forwards where your fingers are going, and breathing out, looking down to where the fingers are going. Keep changing sides, keep thinking about this lovely long line you're creating. Breathing in, breathing out. Also think about the hand that stays on the ground. Try to make sure that that arm, the elbow isn't locked. So rather than using a lock, I'll just demonstrate locking, just like it sends the shoulder forwards and it prevents you from balancing actually. It's just, it's not good. So try and keep that elbow bent. So you have to use the strength in the arm. And the body's learning a bit more balance. And switching from side to side, also creating a lovely long line, a diagonal line across the body. So that helps this diagonals across the body, this cross lateral is really helpful for repatterning the energy and getting the energy out of it, out of maybe a slump or a block, or its torpor, if you like. One more. Inhaling and exhaling. Sit back into your heels for a moment. Extend the arms forwards. Bring the forehead to the ground if that feels comfortable for you. Don't forget you always have the options of putting a cushion behind your knees if you're not able to reach the ankles there or heels. And you also have the option of making a little pillow with your hands, resting the head in the hands, or putting a block or pillow underneath your head. Breathing in deeply, feel the ribs expand. As you breathe out, you can release out through the mouth. This is a releasing breath, so it's out through the mouth. You can even make a sound. Feel your breath expanding in the body. Good. Okay. Let us come into this lovely moving and breathing sequence. So arms are outstretched in front of you, they're not there already. Spread the fingers wide. Engage the palms of the hands with the ground. Breathing in, come up onto all fours. Breathing out, take the hips forward, take the shoulders back, down away from your ears, and open the chest wide, look up. Breathing in, lifting up to all fours. Breathing out, sit back into the heels. Breathing in all the way up. Breathing out, chest is opening, shoulders back. Breathing in. So move with your breath and feel that the breath is moving you. The body's being breathed. And it's your breath can be your anchor, can be your best friend, your ally. You become more intimate with the breath by paying attention to it. It's quite simple, pay attention to your breath. That's the first level of breath work, is the awareness of your breath. Notice what it's doing. Every now and again, any time of the day, you think, oh, where's my breath? How is it? Am I breathing at all? Am I holding my breath? Am I breathing shallowly? Am I breathing through my mouth? Again, that's not particularly a healthy thing to do. Try and keep the breath in and out of the nostrils. That's what the nose is designed for, breathing. One more breath in, and sit back into the heels once more. Good. Squeeze the arms back into the pose of the child. Forward in the ground. Make that connection, the head and the ground. So earthing. Like bringing the head to the ground is like earthing. Physicalizing the brain, if you like. Coming into that embodied feeling. So breathe. Bring your attention to your breath, to your body, to the ground.
Breathing in deeply, feel the ribs expand. Exhaling through the mouth. Release. So now we're going to lift up into kneeling. So if kneeling is a problem, don't forget you can use padding underneath the knees and padding behind the knees. But we're not going to stay this kind of kneeling. We're going to kneel up onto high knees, what we can call high knees. So we're going to do this posture, the gate. Very great for opening the side of the body. We're doing a lot of that today. Get kind of a bit bunged up and a bit caught up in the side. So we're going to open them up. So if this feels too strong on the knees, just put the blanket underneath them. My feet are flat behind. I haven't got my toes tucked under. So what I'm going to do now, if you want to, you can lean on some furniture to make it easier, is lift up that right foot with the knee elevated, and then I'm going to take it out to the side. Okay, and hopefully, and you can modify this if it feels a bit uncomfortable or too uncomfortable, my foot is pointing directly out to the side, straight leg. And so a lot of weight is on this knee, so we need to try and make sure there's a bit of weight onto that foot. So place the right hand on that right thigh to give that a little bit of strength. Now as you breathe in, you're going to reach up through the left side and make that really long, okay? This will help. And as you breathe out, if you want to soften that knee, you can, or have it bent if you're not quite there with a straight leg, reaching over the body. Yeah. So don't go too strong on this. Take it easy. Soften the knee if it feels too strong. Breathe. If this is relatively easy for you, you can always make sure that you're looking up on the inside of the arm up to the ceiling. Good. Breathe. Use the inhale to come up. Use the exhale to lower the arm down. Bring that knee back and sit back onto the heels. Good. Take a moment of repose and come back onto the knees. Lift the left foot onto the ground. Now take it out to the side. And you can take a few little shuffles. You can hold onto furniture if that feels, not so easy. So the hips are facing forward, that leg is out to the side. Place the left hand on the left thigh, breathing in, extend up through the right side of the body, soften the knee slightly, don't have it too locked up. Breathing out, reaching over the body. Think about the fingertips wanting to reach the toes. It's not going to. Well, if you do, then send me a photo. And looking up on the ceiling, on the inside of that arm, if your balance is okay with that. Good. You can slide the hand down the leg as well, if that feels okay. Good. Breathe. Feel that length coming into the side waist. Use the inhale to come up. Exhale, lower the arm down, and bring that knee back. Sit back onto the knees. And once again, we're going to just sit back into the heels, bring the hands forward, into the pose of the swan. Bring the forward to the ground, breathe in, breathe out. So we're going to come up into downward dog now. So take the hands forward if they're not there already, spread the fingers wide, feel the ground with the hand, inhale and come up onto all fours. Good distance between the knee and the hands. Bend the knee, tuck the toes under on the inhale, lift the knees off the ground on the exhale, look back towards your feet. You can have the heels lifted to begin with if you want to, but push back through the hands. Keep the tummy tucked in and breathe in to the chest instead of the belly now. Soft elbows, open the chest because you're breathing into it. Create space between the shoulder blades. Let's just walk the dog a little bit by pushing the right heel down, bending the left knee, pushing the left heel down, bending the right knee. Do this in your own time, slowly if you can, with your breath. Keep the tummy tucked in. Most important, this lovely long line, push into the hands. Imagine someone, if you were a dog, pulling your tail not just upwards, but also backwards. So if you want to come down to the ground and rest, you can. Otherwise, you want to do a leg lift, take a small step to the side, to the right with the left foot, so it's in the centre of the mat. Put all the weight on that left foot and lift the right leg up to the ceiling, up to the sky. Extend it, push back through the hands. So from the fingertip to that right toe, it's a one lovely long line. Breathe, and then take that right foot down. Take it to the centre, so switch places, and then lift the left leg up, push back through the hands, extend and point the toe, breathe deeply. Waking up the leg, getting a bit of energy and a bit of heat into the body, and then lower the leg down. Walk the feet towards the hands, it's going to come out of that quite quick. Bend the knees, let the body hang, so you get a bit of repose now. Relax the head. Relax the neck rather. So just twist, turn the head, so as if you were saying no, just turning it from side to side, just to encourage the neck to relax. Then breathe in through your nostrils, strong sigh out the mouth. Knees are bent. This is the key part of this. Let the body hang, arms hang. Now take your attention to the base of the spine and imagine you are lifting from that point. You can imagine you are a little flower unfurling to the light. That's the image I like. It doesn't matter if you don't like it, then think of something else. So we're unfurling, like becoming brand new, opening up. This little stalk is lifting up to the light, and then the head is like a flower blooming. Okay, so we're standing. Great, good stuff. Let's just give ourselves a little stretch up. So feet and hips width apart, interlink the fingers, and a stretch and push up the hands to the ceiling, push the heels and the feet into the ground. So we're extending in two directions, standing really tall. Breathe. Breathe into the ribs, expand. And breathing out, push the feet into the ground. Make yourself really long. The more you expand, the more you exhale out all the breath, the more space you're creating. One more breath in and lower the arms down to the sides. Lift the shoulders up, breathe in. Release out through the mouth. Good, let's try that again. Breathing in. Out through the mouth. One more of those. Breathing in, squeeze the shoulders up, hold your breath in. Out through the mouth. Good. Let's just get a bit of energy in the shoulder there. So these lovely arm circles or shoulder circles. Left foot forward, left hand on the left hip. That left knee is bent. The back knee is kind of soft, maybe not so much bent. And we're just going to hold gently onto the fingers of the right hand and let the arm just swing quite strongly. So give it a bit of welly, let that arm really get some momentum going, because we're going to do some big circles and we need some momentum. First of all, backwards. So once you get some momentum enough, going to go backwards in circles, just let the arm do all the work. And keep breathing, don't hold your breath. There's no tension, we're releasing tension. That's the aim of the game. And swing the arm again, this time I'm going to go forwards. So get ready, get the momentum going, swinging that arm forwards. So we're not just releasing the shoulder, but we're also freeing up any tension, which of course has a knock-on effect to the rest of the body. How's that feel? Whoa, different, right? Take the right foot forward, take the right hand on the right hip, soft knees, hold on to the fingertips there, softly, and really get some momentum, swinging that left arm now back and forth, get a really bit of welly going, and then we're going to go backwards first of all. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils, don't hold your breath. Swing it round, breathe, let everything open, free up. Yeah, swing the arm again. This is going to energize you. Now forwards with the arm, big circles. Okay, getting ready? And forwards, swing that arm around. Let it be really heavy and loose, holding gently the fingertips to prevent that blood rushing to the fingertips, which doesn't feel so good. And let the arm swing to a stop. Wow, moving the energy, moving it around, getting it activated. So let's just do these little body thumps to activate our energy. So base of the spine here, all around this back, lower back area, backs of the hands there, giving yourself a little pummel there, all around. And then we're going to just do the base of the spine with the knuckles, either side of the lower spine. That's going to feel great, and it's going to get your energy activated and encouraging the energy to rise up through that energetic system. Kundalini rising, yeah. The subtle energy of the body. Good. And then we're just going to take that right hand onto the left shoulder, sweep from the left shoulder to the right hip. 3 sweeps. Again, this is repatterning the energy. Left hand on right shoulder, 3 sweeps. Right shoulder to left hip, and a diagonal across the body. Beautiful. Good. I'll just do one more because I can't remember what I did. 3 or 4. Stiff fingers or soft fists on the whole chest area. Soften the knees. Stay aware of your whole body. Don't lock anything out. Maybe you're going to make a bit of sound if you want to, breathing into the nostrils. Good. And the sternum right in the center there, and around to the sides. Pile the ribs there. Very important energy points there. And then just the cheeks and the jaw, very typical area to get tension in the jaw. So if you're kind of like just kneading your face like some bread, like some lovely sourdough bread into the jaw and the cheeks. Yeah. Then even move that to the skull. Just getting the fingers as if you were giving yourself a good strong shampoo. Just notice anything waking up. Yeah, I can feel a bit more vibrancy, release of that tension that gets held in the head often. Okay, and then as it just feels so good to just pull the little earlobes, the soft bits there, give them a little bit of a squeeze around the whole ear. Again, really great points for energy. Energy release. Good, so we're coming into, let's actually also move the legs. We'll just do that and then we'll come into some standing postures. So take the hands on the hips. Why I do this is to keep the chest nice and open, encourage that openness, and also remind myself to use my abdominals to support the back. I'm just going to bring the heel to the buttock, wake up the legs, lively them up, get that blood moving around, get the energy moving. Do this quite quickly, like the lizard on hot sand. And lift the knees high, get the knees like they want to come right to your chest, and you can do this as quickly as you like, but try and get it quick, the movement, and you'll find the legs warm up, heat up quite quickly, and you feel kind of a sense of movement and energy coming into the body. So let's come to the front of the mat. Standing. Feet hips width apart. Look at the toes, lift them up, place them down. So we're really keeping that awareness in the body. Bring the hands to the heart center. We're going to come into warrior two. So it's a big step back with the right foot. Virabhadrasana 2. Put the weight onto the left foot. Big step back with the right foot. Might get there the first time, might need a couple of steps. That's okay. Square the hips with the long edge of the mat in front of you. Breathing in, lift the arms up. This is just to encourage the chest to lift and lengthen through the body. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in. Fingertip to fingertips are expanding away from each other. Breathing out, look at that left leg. So the knee is going to bend in line with your toes. It's going to hover above the ankle. But at the same time, rather than just coming forwards, you don't want that, we want to keep the body upright. We're going to put some weight into that back foot. So we've got this evenness, extension between the fingers, even. Extension and pressure into the ground with the feet. But the feet aren't gripping. They're open, everything's open. Lift the chest, strong belly. Head is on top of the body, looking down, the left arm, beyond the fingertips. Everything is extending. Keep it lively, active, involved, engaged, but without gripping. So this is where you'll find eventually with the breath, the deepening of the breath, it actually starts to soften a little bit into the posture. Good. Come up on the inhale, lower the arms on the exhale, bend into the right knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Take a moment to shift your weight onto the right foot. Step back with the left. Big step. Okay. Square the hips to the long edge of the mat. Square the hips to themselves as well, so they're not out of alignment to begin. Lift the arms up above the head. Lift the chest. Inhaling, exhaling, bring the hands down to shoulder height. You keep the shoulders down, but the arms extended. Breathing in, extend the fingertips away from each other, and breathing out, you're going to bend that right knee in the same direction as your toes. At the same time, with equal emphasis, push into the back foot. Outside of that left leg is strong, anchored. Opening the hips, lifting the chest, strong belly, strong lower back. Draw up your pelvic floor, your mula bandha, if you're familiar with that term. And think about just the brightness and energy of this posture. But it's also anchored. It's anchored and it's steady and it's stable. Feel the energy. Breathe deeply. Ujjayi breath. Ocean breath. Use the inhale to come up. Exhaling, lower the arms down. Bend into the left knee. Bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Just take a little moment just to reset before we come into another standing posture. I'm going to do these little bounces that I'm fond of. So knees are soft. Arms are just floppy. I'm just going to let the heels bounce up and down on the ground. It's like shaking it all up in an easy, simple way. Doesn't require much. It's just resetting and getting ourselves ready for the next posture. Okay, standing again. Check your feet. Feet hips width apart. Parallel feet. Get ready. Lift the chest. Breathe in. Weight onto the left foot. Big step back. Same as a warrior. Big, but we're going to do a side flank. So it's kind of like a warrior to begin with, and it goes even more extended. So lots of work on the side body here. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, expand the fingertips to fingertip. Breathing out again, we're going to come into warrior two to begin by bending that left knee, pushing back onto that back foot. So really anchor that back foot down. Because this is where we're going to take the left forearm down to the left thigh. Try not to let the knee fall inwards. You want to try and keep that open there. If you want to, if you're more familiar with this, you can take your hand to the ground. You have the advantage of having the ground to support you, but it's a lot more of a stretch there. So the right hand, you're going to sweep it down to the ground, the fingertips going down to the ground, this lovely arc, and then as you inhale, lift it up. So you're making a long line from your fingertips down to the back foot. You can see that lovely line? And look up at the ceiling on the inside of that arm, if that feels okay for your balance and your neck. Keep grounding that back foot down. You want to make this a very long extended line from fingertip to back of the foot. It's a strong posture, so we're not going to stay here too long. So to come out, we're going to bend into that left knee and sweep the hand down and back the way it came, and use the inhale to come up, and then lower the arms down on the exhale to come back to the front of the mat, bend into the right knee, and bring yourself back. Okay, so lots going in, opening up the sides. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So put the weight onto the right foot, big step back with the left, big step. Checking your feet and checking your position of your hips. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest. Breathing out, bending into that right knee. At the same time, pushing into the back foot, the back leg. Breathe in here, and then just let the right forearm rest. You're not leaning, it's resting. Left fingertips come down to the ground, and they're sweeping forwards in this arc. So it's a half circle, lifting up away from you. So it's not going up to the ceiling, it's going in a lovely long line from fingertips to the back of the foot. Make this line strong, so it's almost as if the rest of the body is hanging off this line, like a washing line. Look up at the ceiling on the inside of the arm, if your neck and balance allow you to do that. Good. Now to come out of this, bend into the right knee, first the front knee, and sweep the hand down to the ground, and use the in-breath to lift up your arms. Standing tall, breathing out, lower the arms down, bend into the left knee, and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Good. Okay, getting nice and warm now. Getting the energy moving. Let's take a wide leg stance. So we'll get a bit of a rest in a second, but we're going to go for a wide leg stance first of all. In fact, we'll come into a wide leg ragdoll first, and then we'll do a bit more work there. So we're going to come into an easy wide leg ragdoll. So bring your chin to your chest, bend the knees, let the hands just slide down in front of you, let the head pull you down to the ground. Wide leg ragdoll, feet are parallel, and let the body just hang there. Some of you might be holding your elbows, that's okay. Knees are bent, whatever you're doing. Breathe in through the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. Just feel that release you're getting in the spine. Also some release happening in the hips there. It's hip work today as well. So we're going to just straighten the legs, come up onto the fingertips, look forwards with the eyes, looking forwards, the chest is coming forwards, and then breathing out, forward bend. So that we're straighter legs but not locked knees. Now with this left hand, we're going to place it in the middle, get it nice and firm and grounded, and we're going to lift the right arm up to the ceiling. So we're getting a little bit of a twist. Now this might be challenging for the balance, so you know, if you're finding it difficult to look up at the ceiling, you don't feel steady, then just look down at the ground or wherever you feel more comfortable. Otherwise, lifting that right arm up to the ceiling. Then we're going to breathe out and bring that right hand down. We're going to switch over. Bring that hand to the center, really ground the hand down. You need to bend your knees, Breathing in, lift the left arm up. Looking up at the ceiling, if you feel okay with that, keeping that hand really grounded, keeping the feet grounded without gripping with the toes. So twisting your chest wants to look up at the ceiling or the sky. Breathe deeply. Feel that openness. Good. And then bring the left hand down. Good. Now take the hands behind the back and interlink them. And come into this forward bend, deeper forward bend, and the arms are coming over the body. The legs are straight, but they may be definitely not locked with the knees. So just let the arms, the weight of the arms do the work for you here. We're opening the chest, we're opening the front of the shoulder. Breathe deeply. Breathe in, breathe out. Now take those hands still interlinked at the center of the back. We're just going to draw a circle with those hands linked together in the center of the back. And we're going to bend the knees. We're going to come up softly. We're going to rotate in a different direction as you come up. So in the opposite direction, still rotating, and then release. Feel that. Let's see how that feels now. Now bring the legs back together and give the legs a little shake. Let's just do a Tai Chi twist just to loosen everything up and keep that energy moving. So feet are about as wide as your shoulders, bend the knees, and let everything just twist. Loosening up. Bend the knees, your body comes forward. As you look behind, lift up off the heel onto the toe. Bend. Breathe. Feel that lovely air and space around you. Feel your breath moving. Just enjoy your body and enjoy that loosening feeling. Okay. So, feet a bit wider, and rather than parallel, we're going to have feet an angle. I'm not going to give you the exact angle because it'll be different depending on the position of your knees. We're going to come into a goddess posture. So the knees are bending. Let's get that feeling first of all. This is really this posture has got a lot of vitality and energy in it. It's got groundedness. You can feel the ground between your feet. And by bringing your groin down to the ground, you get that feeling of rootedness, power, but also with the movement of the upper part of the body, we get this kind of brightness and release. So we're just going to get used to the lower part of the body first of all. Bring the hands together in prayer position or Anjali Mudra. Bend the knees and make sure they're going in the same direction as your toes. So adjust that position. So we have that alignment. It's the alignment of yourself to yourself. Keeping the tummy tucked in. So the bottom is not sticking out. The tailbone is pointing down. And we're keeping this all in position. It's like, again, this feeling of being held here, front and back. Good. And we're just going to see if we can go this other side, side to side. So bend the right knee, straighten the left. Bend the left knee, straighten the right. So we're just going to go side to side. See how that feels. Breathing all the time. Breathing all the time. Okay, so now let's go for the goddess. So just in case you're not sure of this, I'll show you how it goes. You breathe in. And as you breathe out, you bring the hands into this arms into this cactus shape with the fingers spread wide, the knees are bent. So you're coming down to the ground, but you're also making this expression. So this with the tongue coming out the mouth, this sound, rasping sound, and eyes really wide. Let's be that fierce goddess that we know we all are. Whether you are male or female, we all have the goddess within us. Breathing in. Good. Let's try that again. Breathing in. Good. Let's just get ourselves ready for this last one. Breathing in, breathing out. Ready. Okay. Good. Bring the legs together. Bring the hands together. So we're going to stand in Stasana. So feet and hips width apart, feet are parallel. Let's come up onto the toes. Come onto the heels, lift the toes, and just feel your feet. Feet or ankles underneath the knees, knees underneath the hips, hips underneath the shoulders. And head just sits on top of the body. Knees are soft. Hands are together. So lift the chest. Again, as you lift the chest, you feel the shoulders can sit back. It's almost like this sort of two-way street. They're moving away from each other. Shoulders sit back, chest lifts. And it encourages the belly to be strong and supportive of the lower back. So at the moment of gratitude for ourselves. How about that? So this is hopefully it's not going to be too much of a challenge. Dropping the hands down. And then as you open the hands up, so the thumbs are coming to the side, opening the insides of the arms up, you inhale coming up and look up. Reach up and then bring the hands back to the heart center. Very simple practice, but try and keep your mind focused on this. Breathing in, scooping up the energy, drawing it into the body. Watching the hands. So really be mindful of where your gaze is going. So as your hands come down, you might want to take the hands down and lift them up, lift the head up with the hands as you inhale. Gives you a different feeling when you really focus on where your eyes are going and they can look down to the fingers. So they're really focused on your hands and your breath. Breathing in, the head comes up, the hands come up, they reach up to the skies, they come together. We bring these hands together and they come back to the heart center, drop the gaze. So bringing your focus to yourself and self-acceptance. I want you to think about what you feel grateful to yourself, for yourself. And if that's difficult to think about what your best friend or friends say about you. And maybe even think about their phrases they use. And I would like you just to try to just think, give yourself that gratitude. Thank you for getting me to yoga. Yeah. Thank you for giving me something good to eat. I don't know. Thank you for your qualities. Think about the qualities you have. You know what they are. People tell you, I'm sure. Good. And let's let the hands rest in the heart center. Close your eyes and feel how that feels now in the space around your heart and even in your heart center. Breathe into this space. Keep that energy moving. Breath helps everything move and process and develop and grow. It's only our focus of attention, which often comes to our worries and minds, matter, that gets in the way. Good. Notice, how does my heart feel? And let the hands drop down. So we're going to, we're going to come into a dancer. Good to have a balance here. So put the weight onto the left foot. Maybe after that, with practice, your balance will be different. Left foot, spread the toes wide. Put all the weight into that left foot and start to take the right foot off the ground. And take hold of that right foot with the right hand. Either outside grip, you notice with the thumb going forwards, or inside grip with the thumb going backwards. Pick your choice. If you want to, you can just stay in this balance. This is already, going to be hard work, particularly if you want to stretch the front of that quad by bringing the knees level and by just pointing the tailbone down so the hip flexor opens up. Next level is breathing in, lift the arm up. You could just stay there. This is a really good position. Or if you want to, then you can interlink the thumb and the first finger into this mudra and then lean the body forwards on the out breath. Keep that extension. The fingers are extending forwards and then start taking the heel away from the backside. The toes are going towards the ceiling. It's lovely openness in the front of the body. Keep your eyes focused. Keep your breath moving. These are key. Keep that strong dynamic, extending and expanding. This is the key parts of the dance, and all balance is actually the dynamic and the effort. Now use the inhale to come back up. The exhale, lower the arm down. And slowly see if you can just lower that foot down to the ground so we've got that poise and grace that we want to develop. And then just give everything a good old shake. Yeah, I'm going to rotate those wrists again as well, both directions, just to keep everything fluid, moving, movement of energy. Now we're going to put the weight onto the right foot. So take some time to place that foot down, spread the toes. We're not going to grip. We don't need to grip. We've got gravity to hold us on the earth. We're not going to float off. So we don't need to grip. Once you feel a bit sense of stability, take hold of the foot in the left hand. If you're not able to reach the foot, you can take hold of the trouser leg if you have a trouser on. Breathing in, into that. First of all, connect the thumb and the first finger. The other fingers are spread out wide. Breathing in, lift the arm up. Bring your focus and clarity and breath to this posture. As you breathe out, you're taking that arm forward and the body's going with it. So you can look directly forward, find a point for your focus, your eyes, extend those fingers forwards. You've got purpose, you've got expansion, you have beauty in this dancer pose. Allow yourself to wobble, ungrip the toes. Breathe. Keep the heel going away from the backside as much as possible. Breathe. We'll use the inhale to come back up. Exhale, lower the arm down. And softening. We come into a softening and lower that foot down. Good. Just shake everything up again. Okay. So we're going to come into a little squat to relieve the hips. So feet a bit good distance apart, feet out at a comfortable angle, and squatting down. Don't forget, if your heels are lifted off the ground in this position, pad them up, cushions, blankets, anything. You just shuffle around to find a good position. The most important is that the knee and the toes are going in the same direction. Just let your body hang forwards. Try and get the body between the knees. It depends where you're at, this is where we're working towards. You just put the weight into the hands, let the body hang forward. Back of the neck is relaxed. Breathe in through the nostrils. Sigh out from the mouth. Good, then lift the head. Bring the hands together. Get the elbows pressing on the inside of those knees. Press the hands together. Think about this evenness. These two forces we have in us, this polarity, we connect that. This is why this position with the hands, you know, it's very significant. And Jali Mudra. Bringing those energies together, the harmoniousness of that. Put the left hand in the middle. Get that hand really firmly grounded. Breathing in, lift the right arm up to the ceiling. Look up at that hand. Open the heart to that hand. Hand and heart very connected. And then rotate the wrist. So we're turning it elegantly, trying to really find full range of the movement in the wrist. Hearing those few little clicks and pops. And then as we rotate it in the other direction, still watching that hand, being interested, let it just come down to the ground. Let it really move. You can even move the whole arm, the elbow. It feels lovely to just feel that lovely circling. Right hand on the ground, breathing in, lift the left arm, inhaling, and then rotate the left hand. Look up at that left hand. Good. Enjoy your body, enjoy the focus you're giving yourself. And then rotate that wrist in the other direction, and that's coming down. So yeah, enjoy the whole arm, let it move freely. Energy moving in spirals and circles. And actually we're going to come down to the ground. I think we're coming close to the time anyway. We're going to come down to the ground. So to extend the legs out in front of you, bounce the knees up and down. Let's just take the fleshy part away, back behind you. Place the hands either side of the body. Make sure the arms are in line with your body, not behind or in front. And lift the chest. Again, imagine you're sitting up against a wall, legs together, toes towards the ceiling. This is strong already. The back of the neck long, looking at the big toes. So you're sitting in Marot posture. Good. Breathe. All the time you're sitting up as tall as you can. You'll feel that in your abdominals. You'll feel your legs in this posture. Some of you will have an elbows bent. Some of you will have to extend to reach the ground. It depends on the way our body's configured. But all the time thinking about sitting up and lengthening the upper body, shoulders down. Spread the toes out, give the feet a little wiggle. Enjoy your feet. Enjoy those yogi feet. We're gonna lay the body down now. It's time. So extend the fingers towards the toes. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils. You're going to lower yourself slowly down, paying attention to your breath, paying attention to your body, breathing in and out. Slowly, slowly as you can, slowly as you dare. Keep going, keep breathing. And then when you are down, let it all go. Put some space between your ankles. Let your hands fall away from your body. Lengthen the back of the neck, chin tucked in. Close your eyes for a moment, just to feel the ground again, where we started from. Breathe in through your nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. How does the body feel? How is your energy? Have you noticed any difference? Notice the impacts of your efforts. Just let your breath settle. Okay. Breath coming in and out of the nostrils. So let's just place the soles of the feet on the ground. Let's do a couple of things before you finish. Simple line twist. So take the arms out to the sides, extend them out to either side, palms flat down. And the feet, you can choose what distance you want them away from each other. If you want to get a bit more into the hip, then wide as the mat, the feet away from each other. Or you can have them together and make this one big foot if you like, as we twist. We're going to do this lovely line spinal twist. So choose which you want, breathing in. As you breathe out, your knees come down to one side, over to the right maybe, and your head goes over to the left. Breathe out fully. Use the inhale, lift the knees and head to center. Exhaling, take the knees down to the left, head goes over to the right. Breathing into center. So move in time with your breath, but try and make this as slow as you can. And the way to do that, of course, is the out breath. Focus on breathing everything out. Breath coming in, breath going out. So when your knees are going one way, your head is going in the other direction. So we're getting this lovely, easy line twist. And that's the key to this little sequence, is easy. It's easy and it feels good. Hopefully it feels good. So this is a great one to do every day. Do this before you go to bed. Put a mat down by your bed and just think, oh, I'll just take 1 minute just to do a few little line twists with the breath. That's the key bit. That's what transforms it. And you will find, hopefully, even if it's only by a degree of better sleep, it's worth doing, because then this accumulates over time. Just lying in semi-supine, we're just going to do, again, a bit more breathing and moving. Comfortable, let the knees even fall together if you want to. Place the hands on the belly. Yeah. Oh, settling, it's just settling you. Feel the energy that's there. There's usually a fair amount of energy in the belly because it's always, well, this whole area, the digestive system, because it's always active and working. So soft arms, let the weight of the arms fall onto the body. Close your eyes. And as you breathe in, take the arms up above the head, but soft arms, the arms are bent, it's easy. Let the arms land on the ground. And then as you breathe out, also through the nostrils, bring the hands back to the body. And we're just doing this very soft, easy breathing practice. So moving with the breath encourages our mind to stay focused. It gives our mind something to focus on. So I like this extra element of soft moving. Helps us to relax a little bit. Also just with this, it's a very gentle kind of opening in the front of the body as you inhale. And then it's all softening. So you find that by making that bit of effort on the out breath, it softens a bit deeper. This is what I find. I hope that's happening for you. Just do a couple more of these. Close the eyes. Take your focus inward. See if you can feel what is happening. Feel your body. Feel your breath. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel the care and attention you are giving to yourself. Good. Let's do the last one. Make it very slow and mindful. Noticing all the movement of the breath and the body, feeling the arms. And just feeling the breath is moving your arms. It makes it so easy. And then we're just going to move straight into a short relaxation. So you can just rest with your hands here on your body. You can slide your legs away. Or you can come into full Shavasana with the arms out to the side, palms facing the ceiling. Those of you who need something under the head, pop a blanket or a small cushion under your head. Just so the back of the neck can be long. Take a deep breath in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Take a moment to notice, how is my energy? How is my energy? How is my body? How do I feel? So I'm going to stay here. And breathe. Breath coming in, breath going out. Make sure your eyes are closed. Take that attention from the visible, from the visual away and feel. Feel the ground. Feel your body. Feel your breath. However it is. However it is. Breath coming in and breath going out. Good. Feel the ground. Feel the body on the ground. Feel the breath is soft and easy, like a sleeping baby. Soft breath coming in and out through the nostrils. So soft. Nothing to do here. Nothing to do, nothing to remember, nothing to think about, nothing to plan. So every time you feel that to-do list coming up, just put it to one side, go, okay, I'll deal with you later. All these thoughts and worries and concerns, just let them come up and let them drift off. You can imagine the thoughts like little fluffy clouds, popping up and drifting away. So that you are much more engaged with the big, vast blue sky. Feel yourself, the whole of your body, being held by vast blue sky. Breathing back in and out through the nostrils softly. Just for these few moments, feel yourself and believe yourself to be held by this universe, to be held by your life. Feel yourself held.
Okay. Short but sweet relaxation. If you like lying on the ground and being directed into relaxation, then you can join my class on Friday on Zoom, restorative class, where you get to lie down for half an hour, so please do. So just enjoy yourself now. Come back to seated if you want to. So just deepen your breath a little bit, stretch the body. Yeah, feel yourself hopefully shifted and changed. Notice those shifts and change. If you pay attention and notice those things, you're more likely to come back and do the practice again, which is, you know, it's going to be good for you. Well, hopefully, when, you know, wouldn't be here. And I wouldn't be doing anything that wasn't going to be good for me or useful. So just stretch and move. You might want to hug your knees. You might want to stretch the whole body, rolling around on the back, rolling onto your side, coming up to seated. And once you're seated, you can just rub the arms again, physicalizing, grounding yourself. You might have some stuff to do now the rest of the day, so you need to be externalizing yourself, your thoughts. Rub the palms together vigorously, create some heat and energy, and place that heat and energy over the heart center. Close your eyes, come back to your heart, yourself. And if you have a sankalpa, also you could refer to this as a resolve or a loving thought for yourself. Positively framed sentence of words. Choose those words. What do you want to manifest in your life? How do you want to feel? Yeah. And if you don't have any words at all, then I am loved is a beautiful and most perfect resolve, intention. Say those words to yourself, take it deep into your heart space. Give it warmth, energy, your attention, and it will inevitably grow. Inevitably. Good, and thank you so much. Namaste. I don't see you or hear you exactly, but I feel you, and I appreciate you all. Keep coming, keep enjoying, and please share with your friends and relatives that you think or know might benefit from this. Yeah, stay in touch. Let me know how you're going. Okay, bye bye.